This is the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Top flight competition between teams from Houston-area high schools.
Seattle man.
Seattle man!
Now, here's the man with the questions, Chip Field.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. On tap in today's show, it's Huntsville High School and Klein Oak. Good luck to both schools. We'll remind you of a number of sounds you'll be hearing throughout the course of today's program. This tone means you've answered correctly. This sound incorrectly. And this tone brings us to an end of each quarter. All right, we begin the game with this 5-point warm-up round question. What did poet Thomas Bailey try to restrict in writing, "Wide open and unguarded stand our gates"? He was trying to restrict immigration. No score there. Here's a 10-pointer. During a period of 1 year, what would be the greatest altitude of the sun at the North Pole?
Huntsville bar. 93 million miles.
The greatest altitude of the sun at the North Pole, Klein Oak.
Klein Oak, Tanya.
100 million miles.
We're looking for 23.5 degrees. No score on that one. I have a 5-pointer. In 1931, Professor Auguste Piccard ascended to 52,000 feet in a balloon. This marked the first venture of man into what layer of the atmosphere?
Klein Oak, Adam.
The stratosphere?
Stratosphere is right, and Klein Oak is first on the scoreboard. For 10 points, define and spell contingency.
Klein Oak, Tanya.
Contingency means like a condition on which something will happen, and it's spelled C-O-N-T-I-N-G-E-N-C-Y.
Well done, Tanya. That is correct for 10 points. I have a visual question worth 5, so look at your monitors here in the studio. Although there is water in this scene, Summer, New England, by Maurice Prendergast, the painting is not a seascape. Why not?
Huntsville bar.
The trees, and I'll come right to the coast. There's no beach.
Klein Oak?
Klein Oak, Tanya.
Because it has people on land in it?
Well, the idea is its main feature is not a body of water. No score. I have a 10-pointer. What Dallas-based airline recently achieved the highest market value based on...
Huntsville, Edward.
Southwest.
Based on shares outstanding multiplied by the share price of any airline in the U.S. Here's a 5-pointer, a synonym for the site of an excavation. It's also what
Huntsville, Edward.
dig. It's also what archaeologists do there. Right. For 10 points, after this was invented in the mid-15th century, the need for glasses became widespread. Name the device. The need for glasses became widespread after the invention of...
Klein Oak, Jeff.
Printing press.
That's the answer. Add 10 to the Klein Oak score, and I have a 5-pointer. The following surrender terms were agreed to at what site? Officers could retain sidearms. Soldiers could retain private horses, all equipment.
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Appomattox.
All equipment would be surrendered. Soldiers could return home. Appomattox Courthouse. Here's a 10-point music question. Listen to the instrument of kings playing in tandem with the king of instruments. Name both the instruments and the period of music history represented.
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Is horn broke?
Listen to some more, Klein Oak.
Klein Oak, Tanya.
Horn, harpsichord, and baroque?
No, trumpet, organ, and baroque. No score for 10 points. In the Bible, who told his brothers, "And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen"?
Klein Oak, Tanya.
Isaac?
Not
Huntsville, bar.
Joseph.
Joseph was the one, Bar, for 10 points. Now look at your screen for our celebrity question of the week.
Hi, I'm Vince Cotroneo from the Houston Astros with a question about baseball history. The Houston Colt 45s became the Houston Astros when they inaugurated indoor baseball right here inside the Astrodome. Your question, on April 9th of what year did that take place?
Huntsville Cave-In.
1960?
That was not the year.
Klein Oak, Teddy.
1965.
It was 1965, Teddy. Nicely done. For 10 points, it is the prevailing tone or mood of a literary work. It is more than just the...
Klein Oak, Jeff.
Theme.
It's more than just the setting, but rather the emotional aura of a work which establishes the reader's expectations and attitudes. What is this literary or meteorological term? Atmosphere. Atmosphere. No score. I have a 5-pointer. At the age of 35, this man was the youngest individual to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Was it George C. Marshall, Ralph J. Bunche, Theodore Roosevelt, or Martin Luther King, Jr.?
Huntsville Cave-In.
Theodore Roosevelt?
Not that one. Klein Oak.
Klein Oak, Teddy.
Bunch.
Oh, it was Dr. King. For 10 points, I have a visual question. A large terrier with a hard and wiry coat. This dog
Huntsville Bar.
Irish setter.
is supposedly a crossbreed of the Otter Hound, Bull Terrier, and Black and Tan Terrier. What is it? Klein Oak. It's a picture of an Airedale. Here is a 10-point question, both literal and figurative. It can convey two kinds of meaning. What is this literary term that begins with the letter S? That's a symbol. And that is the sound ending the first quarter of play. We'll be back to meet the contestants and continue with the bonus round. Stay with us. Close game. It's 30 for Huntsville, 35 Klein Oak. Now let's play Meet the Contestants. First of all, we'll focus on Huntsville High School. The first player is Bar Sanderson, the captain. This is his second year on the program. He is a National Merit semifinalist and has a black belt in Tong Soo Do. Kayvon Adib is next, a junior member of the chorale, and has sung with the regional choir for the past 3 years. She's secretary of Mu Alpha Theta and vice president of the Science Club. Edward is next. Edward Kale, a senior National Merit semifinalist. This is his second year on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. This past summer, he spent a month in Spain as a Rotary Club exchange student, and he loves to fish. Elizabeth Adams, a senior, a National Merit commended student. She plays music, both the violin and the piano. Their alternates, Joey Harrison, Zach Hilton, John Camfield, and Rocky Bellhartz. Their coaches, Janet Fair and Shirley Jackson. That's the team from Huntsville. Now, we turn to Klein Oak High School. This all-senior team has Adam Smith as its captain. He's a National Merit semifinalist and a varsity football player. Next, Tanya Krebs, a National Merit semifinalist, co-editor of the school paper. Jeff Wilzer is president of the Speech Club and president of Junior Statesman Chapter. And Teddy Vuong, a Citizen Bee participant and varsity football player. Their coach, Randy Tumlinson, that's the group from Klein Oak High School. The judges for the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are Dr. Tom Hudson, Department of Physics, University of Houston, and Mr. Mike Mastandria, who is the chief judge of the Texaco Star National Academic Championship. Their decisions will be final. Now, let's get into the bonus round, shall we? If you get a toss-up right, you have a chance to get 50 points on a 4-part bonus. Miss anyone along the way, we refer that question only to your opponent. Here's a 10-point toss-up. Identify the total number of electoral votes for the 1992 presidential election.
Huntsville Bar.
535.
And that is incorrect. Klein Oak.
Too late.
538 was the number this time. For 10 points, Norway's language most closely resembles that of what other country? with which it merged politically for several hundred years?
Huntsville, Edward.
Swedish.
Klein Oak, Tanya.
Finland.
It is Denmark. For 10 points, which term is used in economics to designate someone who purchases goods for personal?
Huntsville, Bar.
Consumer.
For personal use, consumer is right. And Bar, Kayvon, Edward, and Elizabeth. Here is your bonus about obscure chemical symbols. Identify the element for each of the following obscure chemical symbols. For 5 points, MO.
Molybdenum.
Right. Okay. If you can have an obscure 5-pointer, that was it. For 10 points, HF.
Hafnium.
Right. For 15 points, YB.
Ibidium.
Question goes to Klein Oak.
Eubidium.
No, it's ytterbium. Ah, Bar, you would have gotten it on your second guess. Well, you still picked up 15, Huntsville. You have the lead now. Here's your next toss-up. It's worth 10. It's a music question. We have more Baroque music for your listening pleasure. This is a guitar transcription of a piece originally composed for keyboard. Name the composer.
Klein Oak, Adam.
Mozart.
Not that composer.
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Bach.
Bach is right. Johann Sebastian Bach for 10 points. Okay, Elizabeth and company, we have a percussion bonus for you. For 5 points, these small Afro-Cuban drums are yoked in pairs and usually tuned greater than thirds apart.
Bongo.
Right. For 10 points, this percussion instrument with a German name is sometimes referred to as orchestral bells. What is it called?
Your answer?
Glockenspiel.
That's just a mispronunciation, but it's...
Glockenspiel is right. The Zildjian family in Turkey has made these instruments for over 300 years. They're sold in pairs.
Cymbals.
Right, and for 20 points and a total of 50. In which keyboard instrument, a forerunner of the piano, is the tone produced by a small piece of metal or a blade that hits the strings as long as the keys are held down?
Harpsichord.
Not the harpsichord, Klein Oak.
The clavicle.
No. Sorry.
The clavichord, not the clavicle. Okay, here is a 10-point toss-up for both schools. What word refers to an instrument with two curved, hinged legs used for measuring internal and external dimensions?
Klein Oak, Jeff.
Compass.
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Calipers.
Calipers is right. Elizabeth comes through again. And Huntsville, here is your Palestine bonus. For 5 points, how do you spell Palestine?
Palestine.
Right, for 5 points. For 10 points, what movement sought to make Palestine a separate Jewish area beginning in the late 19th century? What was the movement called?
PLO.
We turn the question over to Klein Oak.
The liberation movement.
Called Zionism. Well, you learned something today. Here's a 5-point toss-up. It's lovely to live on a raft. We had the sky up there all speckled with stars, and we used to lay on our backs and discuss about whether they was made or only just happened.
Huntsville, Bar.
Huckleberry Finn.
Who wrote it? Klein Oak.
Klein Oak, Jeff.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain wrote it, right. Oh, Jeff almost said Tom Sawyer. Okay. Here's your math bonus. We give you 5 seconds to work out the 5-pointer, 10 seconds on the 10-pointer, and so forth. For 5 points, 75,000 marriages are performed each year in Las Vegas' 30 wedding chapels, which means that each chapel performs an annual average of how many wedding ceremonies? You have 5 seconds.
2,500.
A year is correct. For 10 points, the sum of two positive integers is 7. The difference of their reciprocals is 5/6. Find the two integers. You have 10 seconds starting now.
Your answer?
3 and 4.
Huntsville, we refer the question to you.
Your answer?
The answer is 1 and 6. That, my friends, is the end of the first half. When we come back, we'll play the 60 seconds round. And these will be your categories: states without vowels, sailing, spelling, and the secret category. We'll be right back after these messages. Our halftime score is 45 to 110 in favor of Huntsville. Questions used on this program are provided and authenticated by Questions Unlimited, Columbus, Ohio. 60 seconds, players. You pick a subject. You have 1 minute to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. Any questions missed or passed will be referred to the other team. And if you sweep the category, 20 points will be yours as our free gift. Klein Oak, Adam, make it a good one.
Spelling, please.
Spelling is the subject. Start the clock. Here we go. How do you spell grotesque?
Grotesque.
Unappreciative.
Unappreciative.
Ignominious.
Ignominious.
Susceptibility.
Susceptibility.
Countenance.
Countenance.
Cataclysm.
Catlysm.
Rapacious.
Rapacious.
Monotonous.
Monotonous.
Plebiscite.
Plebyocite.
No. And we ran out of time. We got through 9. An impressive 80 points for Klein Oak. Huntsville, how do you spell plebiscite?
Plebiscite.
Is right for the 10 points. Okay, Huntsville, it is now your turn to select from among the remaining categories.
States without vowels, please.
States without vowels is the subject. Start the clock. Here we go. The vowels have been removed from the state names. For example, if I said TXS, your answer would be Texas. First, CLRD.
Colorado.
LSK.
Alaska.
MSSR.
Missouri.
MN.
Maine.
RZN.
Arizona.
RGN.
Oregon.
Oregon.
LBM.
Alabama.
DH.
Idaho.
TH.
Pass.
The last one is H.
Hawaii.
Well, you too got the first 8 correct. That's 80 points for Huntsville. Klein Oak, the vowels have been removed from the state names. TH.
Utah.
Utah, right. And finally, H.
Ohio.
Ohio is right. 100% between the two schools answered correctly in that round, which is now over. We'll be back with the Stump the Experts in just a moment. It's fourth quarter time. Today on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge, our score is 145 Klein Oak, 200 for Huntsville. We will have a series of rapid-fire Stump the Expert style questions until we're out of time. We start the round with this 15-point art question. This lively work is entitled Quadrille at the Moulin Rouge.
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Toulouse-Lautrec.
That's the answer for 15 points. I have another 15-pointer. The National Park Service once turned down a request from Hollywood, which would have allowed Arnold Schwarzenegger to chase Islamic terrorists through the reflecting pool on horseback. What two Washington, D.C. landmarks does the reflecting pool reflect?
Klein Oak, Tanya.
The Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial.
You got them both, Tanya. Good for 15 points. I have a 20-point math question. Find the product of sine of x cosine of x, secant of x, and cosecant of...
Klein Oak, Jeff.
1.
It is 1. 20 points added to the Klein Oak total. I have a 15-pointer. In 1993, more than 300 scientists gathered for a conference on organ transplantation between animals of different species. Xenotransplantation is the newly coined scientific term for this procedure, although it was originally believed that primates would be the best donors for animal-to-human transplants. Scientists are now focusing on what animal as a potential donor due to...
Huntsville, Kayvon.
Baboon.
Due to its similar physiology to humans. Klein Oak?
Klein Oak, Adam.
The pig.
Pig is right for 15 points. Klein Oak trails only by 20 points. And here is a 20-pointer. Suppose you're a chess king, and your chessboard is the periodic table of the elements. You're standing squarely on chlorine. Name any 2 of the 8 elements to which you can legally move. Any 2 of the 8.
Huntsville, Bar.
Fluorine and bromine.
Is right for 20 points. Neon, argon, krypton, selenium, sulfur, and oxygen. For 15 points, a music question. What instrument has these characteristics? Pear-shaped body, fretted neck, 4 double strings, played with a...
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Guitar.
Played with a plectrum. Listen.
Klein Oak, Adam.
The mandolin.
Mandolin is right, Adam. You have 15 points, and I have a 15-pointer. The following passage refers to what kind of mollusk? Anyone so careless as to step into an open one while wading in the shallows along the Great Barrier Reef would probably...
Huntsville, Bar.
A clam.
More specific?
Great clam.
I'll take it. We'll take it.
Or giant clam, ruled acceptable, would probably deserve his own untimely demise. Finish the quotation. For 20 points, William Blake called them the 2 contrary states of the human soul and wrote songs of them.
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Innocence and experience.
Songs of innocence and songs of experience. Very good. I have a 20-pointer. What is the slang expression for a relationship in which there is a large age difference? We're looking for...
Klein Oak, Tanya.
May, December.
May-December romance. That's the calendar term. How about that? Here's a 15-pointer. The Tarquins were the legendary rulers of early what? The Tarquins.
Klein Oak, Adam.
France.
Not France. Huntsville. Early Rome. For 20 points, look at your screen and name the fish.
Huntsville, Edward.
Cod.
That is the cod, right? For 20 points. Our usual disclaimer that questions are prepared months in advance. We had no idea that an experienced fisherman would be on the team for Huntsville today. Here's a 20-pointer. Who was named the first female director of the Johnson Space Center?
Klein Oak, Adam.
Sally Ride.
Huntsville? That's Carolyn Huntoon. For 20 points, common archaeological dating techniques are carbon-14, counting tree rings, and analyzing grains of what?
Huntsville, Edward.
Pollen.
Pollen is right. Excellent, Edward. I have a 15-pointer for you. Which French word has come into our vocabulary to mean a small, exclusive circle of friends?
Klein Oak, Tanya.
Click.
Click is right for 15. I have a 20-pointer. What was the first group of immigrants to be barred from the United States?
Huntsville, Edward.
Chinese.
Chinese, worth 20 points for Edward in Huntsville. I have a 15-pointer. This country music star was all set to sign a contract to play with the Philadelphia Phillies.
Less than 2 minutes. Klein Oak, Tanya.
Willie Nelson.
Nope. Should have waited for the music. When he changed careers, baseball's loss was music's gain. Listen and name him.
I make my living with words and rhyme and all this trash.
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Clint Black.
Well, that's the voice of Conway Twitty. For 15 points, which explorers claim eventually gave England its first foothold in the New World.
Klein Oak, Adam.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Huntsville. John Cabot. For 20 points, what industry Or rather, what city is the center of the German auto industry? What city?
Huntsville, Elizabeth.
Bonn.
Not Bonn, Elizabeth. Klein Oak?
Klein Oak, Tanya.
Berlin.
Oh, the city is Stuttgart. For 15 points, the Country Music Association gave the 1993 Best Single and Best Music Video awards to Alan Jackson for Chattahoochee, a song about a river on the border between which two southern states?
Huntsville, Edward.
Tennessee and Georgia.
Incorrect.
Klein Oak, Teddy.
Tennessee and Kentucky.
Alabama and Georgia. For 15 points, I have a math question. What number is not in the range of the function y equals the quantity 2x plus 1 divided by the quantity x minus 1?
Klein Oak, Adam.
1.
Incorrect. Huntsville, we'll give you a bit more time.
Huntsville, Bar.
0.
The answer is 2. I have a 15-pointer. What characteristic of water may be lowered through the action of a surfactant? The answer is surface tension, and the tension is over because that's the end of the match. The final score is 245 to 330 in favor of Huntsville. Our congratulations to Klein Oak for a game well played. Huntsville, good luck in your next round. Our next round will be next week at this time when Brazos Wood will take on defending champions from Langham Creek. I'm Chip Beal, your host. Join us then, won't you?
This morning at 11, Tiffany G. Kick your weekend into high gear with Teens on TV. This week, meet the teen crew of a schooner sailing around the country. Plus, check out the Teens Prom Contest. Teens on TV, today at 11 on Houston's 2. Join us again next Saturday when 2 more Houston area teams compete on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge.